Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the SAISD Sports Complex for tonight's District 12 5A Division II matchup between the Sam Houston Hurricanes and the Jefferson Mustangs. The Hurricanes come in riding a 4-game winning streak under head coach Jeremy Williams, still undefeated in district play, and a 1 win away from securing a top spot in this district. The Mustangs are led by coach Randy Badil and have found their groove after an 0-5 start, winning the last 2 games and gaining confidence each week. Tonight, they have a chance to make a huge statement. It is the Martinez and Associates pregame show. We'll be right back in just a moment.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
We're back here at SAISD Sports Complex. It's the Martinez and Associates pregame show. Coach Robert Villafranca, I am Bobby Mendez, and the coin toss is out on the field now. Both teams getting ready for this game. And Coach, as we were watching this coin toss, 2 teams, 1 team, the Sam Houston Hurricanes, top of the district leaderboard. Jefferson Mustangs looking to climb up and wiggle their way into the top 4 spots.
The Sam Houston Hurricanes, they're leading the pack. 4-0 in district play, had unblemished record, and a win tonight, as you said earlier, Bobby, will secure them at least a share of the district title. They only have 1 game left. They haven't had their bye yet, so they only have 1 game left. The Mustangs have this one and 2 more. The Mustangs have a loss. If they can pin a loss on the Hurricanes tonight, the Mustangs will join the chat room. As far as district champions are concerned, it looks like the Mustangs have deferred the option, and Houston, given the option, of course, they will receive. When we start this game, when we kick off, it'll be the Mustangs kicking off and defending the South Goal here at the SAISD Sports Complex.
It's going to be a fun one here. We talked to both head coaches. We talked to Coach Randy Badil. We had the opportunity to do that ball game last week, where Coach Badil got a victory against the Burbank Bulldogs. And we saw Coach, a Jefferson Mustang football team, put everything together and come out through a little bit of adversity in the beginning and just manage a way to get a win.
One of the things, the psychological battle is also big among the things that head coaches have to do, and took a little bit of a bruising in preseason or non-district play, if you will. The Mustangs did. And it's a challenge when you're taking that kind of a beating in non-district to keep your teams believing, to tell them we're going to, district is right around the corner. It'll be a different story when we start district play. And for the Mustangs, it certainly has been a different story. 2-1. And how impressive, Bobby, was the offensive line for the Jefferson Mustangs last week. We have been touting the Highlands Owls defense, and I'll continue to do that. The Highlands Owls have a very, very good defense. But the Jefferson Mustangs last week, the offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage all night long and were victorious in that game. Michael Behar, over 100 yards rushing. He was our player of the game, and a couple of long runs where he was not even touched by the defense. We're going to come back with the visits that you had, Bobby, with the head coaches after a short break. We're at the SAISD Sports Complex. You're on RC Audio Sports 2. Don't go away.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information.
And we welcome you back to the Martinez and Associates pregame show. Now with the head coach of the Sam Houston Hurricanes, Coach Williams. And Coach Williams, as always, thanks for taking some time to speak with us before tonight's big matchup. Coach, starting the season, tough non-district schedule. You guys go 0-4, but when it matters the most, you guys have been checking off those lists. And talk about the season thus far up until this point.
It's been a challenge at the beginning. We basically challenged the boys and let them see playoff teams, see teams. Every team we played was at least second round or better. And that's our goal. We want to get second round or better. So I feel like the only way we can see it is if we experience and play those guys.
And so you're led by a young quarterback, young blood. Talk a little bit about his progress and what you see from him and what you expect from him.
Yeah, so resilient young man. Second year ever playing quarterback, basketball background. But he's learning, he's getting better every day. He works his butt off. He listens, he's very coachable.
And talk about the defense up until this point.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Coach McCullough got him flying around. They buy into what he wants to do. He's on them at practice. He drills them. He studies. He makes sure they're in the best position, and it's up to them to make the plays.
Coming into tonight's ball game, we just mentioned that you guys are 4-0, and talk a little bit about what that means to you guys. Is that undefeated district as important as it is just to get into the playoffs, or talk about what that means now?
No, we definitely want to dominate. We want to win the district. We don't want to lose to anybody. So finish undefeated, I think will propel us in the playoffs and give us the confidence that we need to get to the second round.
Just before we came on, we talked to Jefferson. They're going to come in. They're hungry. They think they've got a spot within those top four teams. Sure. Talk about what it's going to take to beat the Mustangs tonight.
Just like every game, it's all about us. We got to execute offensively. Defensively, we got to fly around and communicate. And like I say, on special teams, we can't do like last week and get us a punt block. We got to do a lot better if not beating ourselves.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll let you get back to your squad there. And just thanks again for taking some time to speak with us. And good luck this evening. And hopefully we get a chance to speak to you after the game.
All right, go Canes.
All right, Coach Williams of the Hurricanes. We'll be back with more Martinez and Associates pregame in just a moment.
Yes, sir.
Get ready. Grab it, let's go. Come on, Victor. Right. Go.
Welcome to the Martinez and Associates pregame show with the head coach of the Thomas Jefferson Mustangs, Coach Badil. And Coach Badil, thanks again for taking some time before tonight's game to talk with us. Last week we had the opportunity to see you guys get a victory, and in that game you had a great performance. You had a great performance by your offensive line, and also Michael Behar and Aaron Garcia. Those guys played a pretty great game. Talk a little bit about that game and how important it is for that offensive line to go, for you guys to go.
Yeah, that was a big win for us last week, especially in our district race being as tight as it is. But we've turned the page and we're ready. We're focused on this week and we're ready for tonight.
Leading into this game, each week we could talk about how important each game is, but right now the Sam Houston Hurricanes on the top of district with no district losses. So how important it is for this game for you guys to match up and beat?
Very important. Coach Williams is doing a really good job over there. He has them rolling. They're doing a good job, and it's a big game for us. We need to come out and execute and take care of business on the field.
Talking about execution, what are you looking to accomplish tonight on the offensive side? What is the message to the kids right now?
On the offensive side, it's always control the line of scrimmage, win the line of scrimmage, in fact. So offensively, that's our goal. And then on defense, we have a bend but don't break mentality, limit big plays, and just execute on both sides of the ball.
All right, Coach. Sounds like you're serious and ready to go for this game. So we'll let you get back to those kids out there, and good luck this evening. And maybe we'll see you after the game.
Sounds good. Thank
Coach
you.
Badil of the Jefferson Mustangs. We'll have more on the Martinez and Associates pregame show in just a bit.
The San Antonio Independent School District has the resources, the staff, and the schools to take your inspiration and make it a reality. No matter where you live, what language you speak, or where you want to go, SAISD will get you there. Register now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660.
And we bring you back live to the SAISD Sports Complex. Those in attendance are getting set to honor our flag and nation. The Jefferson Mustang JROTC color guard bringing the colors to midfield. It'll be the Jefferson Mustangs marching band who will be playing the national anthem. We are going to honor our flag and nation with everyone else here in attendance, and we'll keep the cameras right here for you to do so at home.
Remain standing until the colors have left the field. Tonight's national anthem will be played by the Jefferson Mustang Band under the direction of Jonathan Mireles.
Jefferson High School JROTC color guard looking sharp tonight, bringing the colors off the field. The fans are ready, the teams are ready, and the pregame coin toss, the Mustangs won the coin toss. They deferred their option to the second half. The Hurricanes, of course, given the option, elected to receive. The Mustangs will kick off and defend the south goal. You ready for this one, Bob?
Oh boy, yeah, this one is going to be a good one. Again, we've talked about that as we're getting ready for this game. The Sam Houston Hurricanes, not only do they have district title in sight, they also have playoffs in mind. They're looking not just to get into the playoffs, but they're looking to as well make a deep or a run into the playoffs. As Coach Williams talked about, you know, over the past few years, Coach Williams has done a really good job of getting this Sam Houston Hurricane football team prepared, and they've made the playoffs last year. That, you know, this is just a very tough district, and when you get into the playoffs, but most importantly, this team looking to win out the rest of the season. Thomas Jefferson looking to really fight hard to get in the top seeds.
Bobby, in the playoff conversation, it's interesting that the Jefferson Mustangs play in 12 5A D2. District 12 means that you're playing in region, in the Austin region, in Region 3. And that makes for some very tough matchups against the 11-5 AD2 teams. But these teams trying to finish on a high note here as they make it to the end of the season. Get ready for playoffs, as you said.
Ronaldo Perez Mendez kicked it off, and here come the Hurricanes. That return was made by Tyler Vilsey. So the ball will be set at the Hurricane 41.
A high lob kick to about the 35-yard line. The Jefferson Mustang team was there quickly to cover. Not a whole lot of running room for the returning Tyler Veasley. Tackled quickly. The Mustangs, an explosive team led by sophomore quarterback Xavier Youngblood, getting a start here from their own 41-yard line.
We'll get the starting lineups here in just a quick moment. 2 receivers split to each side for Xavier Youngblood. He will send a man in motion, and he'll get the handoff, and that was Jermaine Carson. And a good defensive effort there by the Jefferson Mustangs.
That'll count as a forward pass, little shovel pass from Youngblood. The starting lineups for the Hurricanes, J. Ramey Orozco is the center, Sincere Brown is the guard, Zamarian Franks the other guard. Tackles are Peter Ramirez and Trinidad Carpenter. We'll get to the wide receivers. They're Jermaine Carson, Treston Zachary, and Myvian Franklin Ross. We'll get to the backfield after this play.
5 wide receivers. Set a quick pass. One-handed catch. Amazing catch to start here in this ball game for the Hurricanes. That catch was Myvian Franklin Ross across the middle, Coach.
Franklin Ross with the Moss catch right there to start the drive off for the Hurricanes. And the backfield, DeAndre Thomas, Jaden Hamilton, and of course at quarterback he wears 0. He's a sophomore, Xavier Youngblood. Remember the name.
1st and 10, new set of downs here on the 3rd play of this ball game. 2 receivers split to each side for Youngblood. He'll send a man in motion. He'll get the handoff. That was DeAndre Thomas, still on his feet on the left side. Marking it all the way down to near the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 21. Another big play, an 18-yard pickup there for the Hurricanes.
The Mustangs on defense now. Adam Wynn is the defensive end. The other defensive end is Jonathan E. Duarte. The nose guard, Devin Pacheco. Linebackers, Aaron Garcia, Damian Ramirez, Andrew Arredondo, and Marco Godinez.
The Hurricanes with a very fast-paced offense to start. Youngblood keeps it himself. Left side, good defensive effort there by Jefferson. So Youngblood will lose a yard.
Youngblood giving a little bit of room there, giving a little bit of way there, and tackled in the backfield, a tackle for a loss. In the defensive backfield for the Jefferson Mustangs, John Fernandez and Dylan Caffey are the safeties. Julian Cervera and Michael Bejar are the cornerbacks.
2nd down and 11 here for the Hurricanes. Sending a man in motion. Youngblood, pump fake, stepped up into the pocket, lobbed it just a little bit too far for his intended receiver. That's Treston Zachary.
Xavier Youngblood, Bobby, playing way ahead of his years, getting pressure, the pocket collapsing around him, keeping composed, looking downfield and letting the play develop. We've got a flag on the field, and it's going to be holding against the Hurricanes, so that's going to bring the line of scrimmage back 10 yards. We'll replay 2nd down. It'll be a 2nd down and 11. But again, Xavier Youngblood, it probably won't be the last time that I'll say it tonight. His development way out in front of his years. He's only a sophomore, and boy, does he play smart football.
So that holding penalty will make it that much more difficult here for the Hurricanes. The pass completed over the right side. Plenty of room at the 15. Still on his feet. That catch made by LeBron Delane.
LeBron Delane gets the catch out here in space, as Coach Williams likes to do, get his athletes open out here in space and see what they can do mano a mano. And Lane gets most of the yardage back, 3rd and a very manageable 3 yards. You got to count this as 4 down territories, but still 3rd and a very manageable 3 yards to go.
Headed to the 7th play of this drive. The drive starting on the Sam Houston Hurricane 41-yard line. Now ball just inside the 15-yard line. Xavier Youngblood will take it from the shotgun. Has plenty of time. Now is going to be chased. He is going to be caught. He tried to escape, but a good defensive stop. Ball back down to the 25-yard line. It was big number 43 there on Andrew Arredondo.
Andrew Arredondo chasing Xavier Youngblood, and he was giving ground. It looked like he was waiting to the last second, reading his body language. I think he knew he had to get rid of it, but Arredondo was on his ankles in a hurry, and Xavier Youngblood came down. Fourth and now 14 yards to go, maybe for Coach Williams, and this close to the end zone. It might be 4-down territory still, and especially with a talented and skilled quarterback like Xavier Youngblood taking the snap. Why not?
Two receivers split to each side here for Youngblood. Youngblood will drop back, surveys the field plenty of times. Has the time to fire to the end zone. The pass is caught.
Touchdown. Hurricanes. Number 0 on the reception, Xavier Youngblood.
Franklin Ross with the catch in the end zone on a 25-yard pass from Xavier Youngblood.
A three-man rush for the Jefferson Mustangs, and Xavier Youngblood a ton of time. Ross staying with it, getting away from getting some space away from the defender, and the touchdown.
Lisandro Serrano Diaz with the extra point. It is good. So the score 7-0 here with 7:39 in this opening drive.
You're watching high school football here on the RC Audio Sports 2 YouTube channel. It's going to be a good one. The Houston Hurricanes draw first blood. 7-0 they lead with 7 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. First drive for the Hurricanes and a score. The Mustangs had them back in 4th and long. The bend but don't break. If they would have been able to convert defensively on that 4th down play and deny the first down at least, the bend but don't break philosophy would have come through. But Xavier Youngblood, Mavia, and Franklin Ross snaps them, and the score is good. So, an 8-play drive, 59 yards. A 35-yard touchdown from Xavier Youngblood to Ross was the punctuation mark, and the Jefferson Mustangs lead 7-0.
And the kick, it's a high one, fielded right at the 15, taken out. Nice return back all the way up to just about the 20-yard line.
The Jefferson Mustangs offense on the field, wide receivers Ezekiel Curia, the fullback is Randy Badil, left tackle Evan Molina, the left guard Elijah Cardenas, the centers Julian Calvario, the right guard is Nathan Pettis, the right tackle Juan Carlos Camacho, the tight end for the Mustangs is Adam Wynn, wide receivers John Fernandez, the running back Michael Behad, and boy did we see a lot of him last week, and the quarterback is Aiden Urdiales.
Aiden Urdiales, all set and ready to go. One receiver to the far side, one to our near side. Urdiales on a quick toss over to the left side. Nice run by Behar, but he'll be met up by, I would say, 80% of the Hurricane defense.
Hurricane defense is a pursuing defense. Very rarely will you see a solo tackle, as they love to gang tackle the opponent. Defensive ends for the Hurricanes, Aiden Ward, Jeremiah Galvan. The tackles, Jeremiah Stevenson. Linebackers, Zion Williams, Jermaine Carson, Darren Gardner, and Reginald McCall. The backfield defensively, safeties, Treston Zachary, Marquise Rice. The corners are LeBron Delane and DeAndre Thomas.
2nd down and 10 now here for the Mustangs. High snap, but the Mustangs will keep it on the ground. Right side, I believe that's Davis. Marnez Davis with the carry, and he fired right out of the backfield for a first down.
Marnez Davis, indeed the ball carrier, and we saw a good combination of Marnez Davis and Michael Behad last week. A little bit of lightning and thunder. Davis providing the lightning and Behad providing the thunder. So nice little versatile a nice versatile running attack for the Jefferson Mustangs.
Little 1-2 punch on the ground here for the Mustangs. So it's a new set of downs here as the first quarter is near halfway through, but the Mustangs will keep it on the ground and they get to the 44-yard line. So a 4-yard pickup there for the Mustangs.
The Mustangs love to keep the ball on the ground, and you'll see them run the ball about 70% of the time if they stay to trend. And anytime you've got a running team, that first down is so important. In this example, the Mustangs with a nice first down gain.
2nd and 6. Handoff to Behar. Behar just right up the middle, right in between that big Houston Hurricane defense.
Bobby, if you're rooting for the Mustangs, you got to like the first series here for that offensive line, just like we saw last week against Highlands, this surge going to the Mustangs in the early going.
Mustangs, this time a quick pass, top of the screen, all by himself, and no one near. Touchdown, Thomas Jefferson Mustangs on a 51-yard touchdown pass.
An alignment mistake for the Houston Hurricanes as they didn't see the wideout over there. We'd have to replay that one a little bit, but my guess is that the wideout did not come into the huddle. He doesn't have to come into the huddle. He just has to be inside the numbers before the play, and he was looking for flags. No flags, so the score will count. So a misalignment defensively, a wide open receiver for the Jefferson Mustangs on the opposite side of the field. And
John Fernandez, coach.
John Fernandez, score it. Swinging gate, as we've seen before, the Mustangs will line up in a swinging gate to start the point after conversion. If they don't like what they see, they'll bring in their kicking team.
So the extra point attempt here is Damian Ramirez. The kick is up, and it is good. We are all tied up here. I mixed tied and knotted together. Tied it up.
Tied it up. I like it. 5 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the first quarter, and we are all tied it up at 7. 7 points each. The Mustangs and the Hurricanes both scoring on their first possessions, and we've got a good one tonight. We knew this one was going to be good. We've been telling you all week long. 7 Cents Media is on our sponsorship team. We'd like to tell you about them. If you've got a podcast that you want professionally produced, a documentary, a music video, if you've got a big event that you'd like to have professionally produced, 7 Cents Media, the Castros, Isaiah, Sebastian, Arissa, and Caleb, you see their work here on RC Audio Sports. You can get them to do the same for you. 7 Cents Media. A 5-play drive for the Jefferson Mustangs ended on a 51-yard pass to John Fernandez from Aiden Urdiales, scored the touchdown, and the extra point was good. Here comes the kickoff.
Ball on the ground. Jefferson thought they might have been able to get to it in time, but way to pick it up for the Hurricanes. That was number 21, Jermaine Carson.
Jermaine Carson was perhaps expecting the level ahead of him to make the play. When the level went up to block, Jermaine Carson had some catching up to do. The ball bounced in front of him, and fortunately for the Hurricanes, there was enough time for Carson to circle back around and get possession, but the Mustangs not going to let him get away with that. A quick tackle, and the Hurricanes having to start this drive from their own 23-yard line.
So the Hurricanes on their very first drive took it into the end zone on a nice pass to Ross. They keep it on the ground. And Youngblood, check that. That was Thomas on the carry.
DeAndre Thomas taking the handoff from Youngblood, and he makes the defender miss in the backfield. It looked like a tackle for a loss, as maybe a lot of times that Thomas gets the ball, and it may look like that. He makes the first guy miss, and it's a first down.
So down to the 34, it's an 11-yard pickup. The Hurricanes keep it on the ground. This time they go left, and they get another Thomas first down.
So two handoffs, 2 runs to Thomas, 10-plus yards, and again, watch Xavier Youngblood just keep the ball in the belly and make the read to hit just the last possible second. He decides to hand that ball off to DeAndre Thomas. That was a great decision, a first down.
Not very much time coming off the play clock, and this time Thomas, he'll get wrapped up, and a good stop there by the Mustang defense as 2-yard pickup there for Thomas and the Hurricanes.
Read option for the Hurricanes offense, and Xavier Youngblood, again, just a sophomore, but man, high football IQ. I'm sure that he's measuring the keeper there if the Jefferson defensive line is not staying honest to that.
2 receiver splits to each side for the Hurricanes. One back into the backfield, and there's a flag on the play. There was still plenty of time, Coach, on the play clock, so we know it cannot be a delay of the game.
False start, a little movement, undetectable by us up here in the press box, but the official saw it. And movement by the offense, a false start, a 5-yard penalty. So instead of 2nd and 8, it'll be 2nd and 13 now for the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes very much in an up-tempo offense. They don't huddle very often. They will occasionally. They'll come up to that line of scrimmage and keep that ball moving, especially if after a big play, that snap is coming into her. You've got to reset defensively against them.
Probably one of the fastest teams here in this District 12 5A as far as getting to the football. And there's a completed pass on the right side of the field. LeBron Delane getting down to the 25 as the Hurricanes putting some plays together, Coach.
LeBron Delane, again, you know that Coach Williams loves to get him the ball out here in space, and it's a zone cover, but 2 against 2, and Delane makes one guy miss. It's, it can be a long play, just like we just saw right there, inside or at the 30-yard line now. 20 the Hurricanes.
27-yard gain there for Delane and the Hurricanes, but this shovel pass up front to Carson gets picked up right away by that linebacking core for the Jefferson Mustangs.
The Mustangs defense staying pretty much in a 3-man front. I haven't seen a whole lot of stunting except on the quarterback sack on the first drive, but the Mustangs pretty much trying to handle the run and the pass rush with 3 and keeping 8 back against the in-pass defense.
2nd down and 10 now here for Xavier Youngblood. He'll drop back. Good protection. Rolls to the right side. Oh, there's a flag in the backfield as Youngblood gets knocked out of bounds. But I'm afraid that might be a holding call. Coach, I know you were talking about the offensive line of the Jefferson Mustangs, their performance last week, but how about the size of the Sam Houston Hurricanes offensive line?
Good size on both sides of the neutral zone, Bobby. Exactly right. Right now, however, when the Hurricanes go back to pass, it's a 3-man rush. It's holding, as you called it. I'm going to have to give you a flag and a whistle. But that'll be a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay 2nd down, but it'll be 2nd down and 20 instead of 2nd down and 10. But so far in the game, the Mustangs really have been rushing with 3. So 5 against 3, you would think the offensive line would have the advantage, size or no size. So the Mustangs defense, to start the game at least, it's a 3-man rush, 8 in the backfield to defend against the pass. And you might expect that Xavier Youngblood would have a little time in that pocket against a 3-man rush. We'll see if the Mustangs change that strategy and send another man into the pass rush.
4 wide receivers set, and there's 2 to each side. Youngblood out of the shotgun here with just about 2.5 to go. Pass in the middle of the field. The pass is incomplete. He was looking for Treston Zachary. So the pass incomplete.
Treston Zachary, a big target, but for the Jefferson Mustangs, number 12, right there on it, John Fernandez, just denying the catch. So we'll move the down marker to 3, and 20 yards still needed to move the chains for the Hurricanes. At the 40-yard line, we've seen Coach Williams call this 4-down territory, so he might not need all of it in one play, but certainly going to try to get as much as he can.
This is the 3rd possession of the ball game in total. This is Sam Houston's 2nd possession. They scored on their very first, on the option. Youngblood lost his footing and did the smart thing, just hung on to the football and took the loss.
Trying to get a number on the Hurricanes defender. That looks like it was number 86. We're going to give credit to Steven Salazar. And Bobby, I'm going to flash back to last week. Again, the Mustangs all night long protected the edge, and the Highlands Owls had a really difficult time getting to that spot and turning the play up again. The Mustangs with just excellent edge defense on that play.
Hurricanes ready to punt the ball away. Bad snap. The punter has to go down. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Lisandro Serrano Diaz.
The snap over his head, and he goes back to get it and decides that his best option was just to retain possession and not let that ball just squirt around and perhaps have a scoop and score for the Mustangs. But a big loss. You talk about flipping the field. He flipped the field in reverse. And instead of the Mustangs getting this ball deep in their own territory to start the possession, they've got a short field 32 yards away from pay dirt, all tied up at 7.
So the defense able to force the Hurricanes to try to punt. Then it was a bad snap, and now the Mustangs have the football in great field position here on the, we'll call it the 31 right now, a 1-yard gain.
Martinez Diaz getting the call behind that big offensive line, and again, don't want to get a call, don't want to get ahead of the play calling, but you'd certainly expect this to be a 4-down territory for the Mustangs. 2 yards, not the greatest first down, but positive yardage for the Mustangs nonetheless.
Keeping it on the ground is Martinez, and the Hurricane defense making a big stop there. Of course, you see Aiden Ward coming off the pile.
Aiden Ward, defensive lineman, also the holder on kicks last week. We saw him.
Is that what the
we
Glenn,
saw him throw a pass?
Is that when
right.
Glenn made the call of the? Okay.
So he's got an arm too. He's a holder on extra points and field goals, and he's a defensive lineman, and he's got a little bit of a cannon on him too.
All right.
Well, that play closed up in a hurry. Tackle for a loss after a 2-yard gain on first down.
So 3rd and 10, big third down here for the Mustangs. Uriales has to take it himself, and he'll be brought down. Good defensive secondary coverage there for the Hurricanes.
Jermaine Carson, I know that you asked Coach Williams about Jermaine Carson before the game, and it just seems like every time that we call a Sam Houston game, it's just Jermaine Carson on defense. What a defensive player. We're at the end of the first quarter. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. We're at the SAISD complex. You found us on RC Audio Sports 2. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Hit the bell icon. Never miss a live stream. We're between quarters. We can tell you about Matt Hake's Southway 4, David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, big in helping us get this collaboration. We are so grateful for Matt Hake's Southway 4 joining our sponsorship team, located in the heart of Southside San Antonio between Zarzamora and Highway 16. If you're thinking about buying a new or pre-owned vehicle, I'm going to tell you right now, don't do it until you visit with David or Anthony at Matt Hake Southway 4. They'll guide you through what can be a very complicated business, and you can be sure that you are going to get the best price on a new or pre-owned vehicle. And on top of that, they will also make sure that you get the best value on a trade-in. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, born and bred on the south side of San Antonio, and right there to help you with your next new or pre-owned vehicle.
Fast-paced, moving first quarter here. Now we're at just start of the second quarter. 4-down territory, apparently, and the pass is intercepted. There are flags on the play as they're still bringing it back. Many of flags on the play. That's LeBron Delane, and he'll finally be brought down inside Jefferson territory, but just hold everything. Yeah. I think that's everybody has their flag out onto the field?
I don't think there's a flag left in the pocket. Yeah, a bunch of flags, and the way the flags were thrown, the timing of the flags would lead you to believe that it was a defensive penalty because the officials let the play continue, but then there was another penalty on the return. So 2 live ball penalties. We'll see how this one plays out. Offsides, here we go, offsides against the Hurricanes. We saw that one first. And so he didn't make a call on the second flag. That flag was thrown on the return. So those were 2 live ball penalties, but we are only, let's see, right now we've only heard about 1. Offsides against the Hurricanes. See if there's more to the story. That's
so as of right now, it's just a 5-yard penalty, so it would make it 4th and 5.
4th and 5, exactly. Still 4th down, and that penalty on the run back, we didn't hear anything about that. So maybe that one was waved off. Maybe that was not a flag. Maybe that was not a flag at all. Well, I'm going to tell you what that is. That penalty occurred after the Hurricanes. The second penalty occurred after the Hurricanes had possession of the ball, so you can't enforce that one unless you want to let the Hurricanes have the ball.
That makes sense.
So just forget about that penalty. The 5-yard penalty is assessed 4th and 5.
Okay, so they went for it on 4th down. They're going for it again on 4th down, and a little bit more movement here. The ball is snapped. I don't see penalty flags. Pass, sideline, incomplete. But
there was movement by the Hurricanes defense, but the first movement, Bob, it looked like they got back out. They got back away out of the neutral zone before the snap. There was another movement over there on the right tackle side, but I'm not even sure that he penetrated the neutral zone. Anyway, on that play, the officials all kept their flags in their pockets. That was an incomplete pass. So the ball will go over on downs. Both teams successful on their first possession. Both teams held scoreless on their second possession. So here we go. It's the 3rd inning, and the Hurricanes batting.
All right, here we go. 11:21 to go in this second quarter. Hurricanes keep it on the ground, and a burst of speed from the right side. Carson has a race, and he wins the race. He is going to get into the end zone as Jermaine Carson turned on the Jets on a 1-play drive, and I did not even see here. That ball was spotted on the 27-yard line, so that's a 73-yard touchdown run. Boy, oh boy, is he on the track team?
Well, if he's not, he will be. And we just right before this, we talked about how on defense we're just calling his name all the time. We're going to have to call his name once here on offense. 73-yard. Handoff and run for Mr. Carson, and the Hurricanes have regained the lead. They're looking to extend it to 7 with the kick.
Lisandro Serrano Diaz gets the extra point, and it is good. The Sam Houston Hurricanes reclaim the lead 14-7 with 11:07 to go. And, Coach, we still have readouts.
Well, I'm happy to tell you about Presidio Concrete, second year on our sponsorship team. Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez, thank you so much for believing in us and joining our sponsorship team, helping us, helping our mission of shining positive light on these kids, communities, coaches, and programs. If you've got a job that requires concrete, whether it's a porch in your backyard or whether you are the City of San Antonio Zoo and you need a zoo enclosure, the Presidio Concrete is who you need to have on your team for the concrete part of your project. I'm going to tell you, if you're a big contractor and you've got a subcontract out for concrete work, make sure that Presidio knows about this so that they can put a bid in for that work. I know that your job will be so much easier if you know that Presidio Concrete is handling the concrete part of the project. Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez, thank you so much for joining our sponsorship team, believing in RC Audio Sports.
14-7 our score. It was just the 1-play, 73-yard drive that took a total of 14 seconds to develop. Here come the Mustangs from their own 10, trying to get a good run back to set the Mustangs up for some good, decent field position, but they get over down to about the 31-yard line.
Bob, I've given you the offenses and the defenses, and haven't given you the officials yet. The field judge, Jacob Burciaga, I beg your pardon. Side judge, Joseph Burciaga. The back judge is Danny Torres. The line judge, Jose Luis Gonzalez. The head line judge, Brian Rothrock. The umpire, Victor Ortiz. And the referee is Roberto. His friends call him Bobby Garza. I know a Roberto whose friends call him Bobby.
That would be me. So the Mustangs, after a 3-and-out punt, are back at it here from their own 32-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. I believe that's Davis. Davis gets a burst and gets up to the 40-yard line. A good 8-yard pickup, and he had a good lead blocker there.
Again, the Mustangs love to keep the ball on the ground. They'll run the ball 65 to 70% of the time, and anytime you have that kind of mindset, that first down is so important. A big 8-yard gain on that play for the Mustangs and the offensive line. You know, you got to shout them out for those drives.
2nd down and 2 now for Urdiales. He'll toss it right side. This time the Hurricane defense almost let him get away, but it was a good team defense there as Davis really had nowhere to go.
Darren Gardner was the first on the scene and looked like he was going to get a tackle for a loss there, but Davis fought him off, made him miss, and got back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and still a very manageable 2, but we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Hurricanes scored in the top of the 3rd inning. So 3rd possession here is what I'm trying to say for the Mustangs after the Hurricanes have scored on 2 of their first 3.
2 wide receivers, both split to each side. 2 backs in the backfield for Aiden Urdiales. Urdiales gets it over to Behar, and Behar, nowhere, nothing doing. He'll get a favorable spot, though. Picking up a yard all the way to the 39, so they'll give him 1. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and about a yard.
Jeremiah Stevenson just anchoring down and not giving any ground. The line of scrimmage, I'm going to say that to this point, it is pretty much a draw for the defensive line, the Hurricanes defensive line and the Mustangs offensive line. There's a lot of collision happening up there. We're going for it on 4th and 1.
Lots of confidence here for the Mustangs offense as they are probably adjusting here. And Urdiales maybe trying to draw Sam Houston off sides. And they're going to take the 5-yard penalty and bring out the punting unit. So they're willing to take that to try and get them to jump off sides, get a free 1st down versus risk not getting it and giving the ball in very good field position for the Hurricanes.
Going for the hard count, and you can't blame Coach Badil for trying that, as the Hurricanes did jump earlier in the previous possession, but this time the sign of a very, very well-coached team knowing what the situation was and not falling for that trick.
Ronaldo Perez Mendez will kick it off, and he'll kick a pretty decent kick. It'll get a bounce out of bounds and pin the Hurricanes back at their own 36-yard line.
Righty, this is when defensive coordinators start tensing up a little bit. The defense going out there, trailing by a touchdown, and certainly don't want to go down a second touchdown. The Mustangs again deferred the option, so they'll get the first kickoff. They have that going for them. But again, anytime you send a defense out when you're behind, that'll tense you up.
The Hurricanes with the football once again. They're last time out of the field, they went one play, 74 yards. And this time is a pass play. The ball is caught, but for no gain.
Good read for the Mustangs, as the Hurricanes have done well with the play. Quick pass to the perimeter. They've done well the 2 previous times that they've called that. This time the Mustangs read it well, pursue it well, and tackle well. No gain.
2nd down and 10 for the Hurricanes. Xavier Youngblood out of the shotgun. Quick pass is incomplete as he was looking to get it to
Jermaine Carson came out of the backfield running a little bit of a running back wheel route, and I think Youngblood getting it to him before Carson was expecting the throw. Unable to connect on that pass. So no gain on the 2 consecutive plays brings up a 3rd and 10.
So Treston Zachary spotted or lined up to our near side. Or there's some
got a timeout on the field.
We'll take it with him, or we
can keep it right here, keep the cameras live, and we can talk about our sponsorship team. I think that the referee pointed over to the Mustangs, but that was a very subtle sign. But I think the Mustangs have called that. I'll look up to the board to confirm. You're watching high school football on the RC Audio Sports 2 YouTube channel. Yvette Day is on our sponsorship team this year. Soul, Rose, Medicare, and Legacy. We are in the re-enrollment period, or the enrollment period of Social Security, now in late October, November, and December. If you're eligible for Medicare, you're going to be eligible for Medicare in 2026. Yvette Day, get that phone number. Get a professional in your corner.
3rd and 10 now for the Hurricanes after the timeout. A quick fake. Youngblood drops it into his receiver. The pass is caught, and that's LeBron Delane, and he picks up some yards after that catch for a big play for the Hurricanes as they get into Mustang territory. He almost dropped that one, Coach.
Great concentration as he caught that pass in traffic, and he had some defenders around him. Didn't make a first touch catch, bobbled it just a bit, stayed with it, and not only stayed with it, got some yards after the catch, and the Hurricanes are in Mustang territory.
24 yards total on that play, and now the Hurricanes in Mustang territory. Send a man in motion, and guess what? Youngblood will keep it, and he'll get another first down as he crosses the 30 all the way down to the 28-yard line. A 12-yard pickup for the Hurricanes.
And just as you might expect from a quarterback with a football IQ, assessing this situation, and he handed the ball off the previous 2 read options. This time he felt like there was enough of a gap for him to hold on to it. He was right again. He's making some great decisions post-snap. Only a sophomore, Xavier Youngblood.
So a new set of downs for the Hurricanes. Send a man in motion. And he'll get the handoff. That is maybe on Franklin Ross. So the Hurricanes mixing it up well with their choice of runners. They get inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
A lot of weapons for the Hurricanes offense, and not only are they mixing it up with their athletes, with their players on the field, also mixing it up between tackles, off tackle, jet sweep, passing the ball.
So this is bringing up, Coach, a 2nd and short. This the 6th play of the drive.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a shot at the end zone here at 2nd and short at the in the red zone. There'll be a handoff
over to the left side. And DeAndre Thomas will be brought down just behind the 20. So maybe a loss of a yard.
DeAndre Thomas feels like he got pulled by the face mask, and from here it looked like he might have. The official didn't see it that way, so a tackle for loss. I was thinking 2nd and short, 4-down territory. You might want to roll. You might want to roll the dice a little bit and go for the end zone. But the Hurricanes elect to stay conservative, and the Mustangs defense steps up to the challenge. The TFL.
3rd down and about 3 here for the Hurricanes. They'll keep it up the middle. Oh boy, but that's what you call a pancake. Big stop there from the big man.
That's number 55, Bobby Jonathan Ituarte, a senior defensive line. And he says, here, let me show you my numbers.
Not today.
Wrapped him up and denied him any yardage.
4th down now. But whistles will blow. A timeout will be called.
timeout on the field, and the referee will tell us that it was the Hurricanes. Earlier, it was an official's timeout, and that's the first timeout for either team on the in the first half. The Hurricanes have 2 remaining, and the Mustangs have 3 remaining. You're watching high school football at the SAISD Sports Complex on RC Audio Sports 2.
Been in a crash? It's illegal for lawyers to contact you first. If yours did, it could ruin your case. Don't trust law firms that break the law. Choose Martinez & Associates, voted San Antonio's best law firm 3 years in a row. After you've been in a crash, go with the law firm you can trust. Call Martinez & Associates. With us, it's personal.
Call 210-337-1111. That's 210-337-1111.
Bringing up 4th down here for the Hurricanes as they have been having some big plays on this drive, but some pretty big stops by the Mustang defense. 2 receivers to the top of your screen and 1 to our near side. Xavier Youngblood with 1 back into the backfield. He drops back, has protection, one-on-one coverage on the left side, and that pass overthrown. It's incomplete.
Bob, overthrown, but great defense by John Fernandez as he had him on his back and really denied him the route. That's not interference. If you've got position, it's like blocking out for a basketball rebound. Fernandez was in front of Tristan Zachary, I believe, was running that route. Tristan Zachary indeed was running that route. Fernandez got good position on him, and he slowed him down and did not give Zachary an opportunity to even make a play. So shout out to the Mustang defense. Coach Badil talked to us about bending and not breaking. This time they were able to hold after bending a bit, and will give the Mustang offense the ball back, trailing by 1. Touchdown, trailing by touchdown.
So the Mustangs from their own 22, Urdiales out of the shotgun will hand it off. A nice run by Davis Marnez. As they carried it up the middle, they got a good surge from their offensive line all the way up to the 27-yard line, so a 5-yard pickup.
Diaz doing most of the work here on the ground. We haven't seen a whole lot of Michael Behan, who was our player of the game last week. He is in the game, so he is available, but it's been Diaz who's been Davis who's been the workhorse for the Mustangs offense running game.
2 wide receivers set, 1 split to each side. They pull a guard and a tackle, but good penetration by the Hurricane defense and a big stop there on the tackle, Jermaine Carson.
Jermaine Carson putting the finishing touches on it. But it was big number 65, Aiden Ward, who got penetration and got first touch and kind of set up Carson's tackle. So a tackle for loss after a nice gain on first down. Another third down conversion.
3rd and about 5 here for the Mustangs. They hand the ball off, and again, good penetration from that Hurricane front defensive line.
Guess who? Jermaine Carson in the backfield again. So Jermaine Carson, coming in and finishing the job for the Hurricanes, but credit to that defensive line who's just not letting that play get started at all. Off the edge, Jermaine Carson is there, and 2 consecutive TFLs, tackles for loss for the Hurricanes after a nice gain on first down. So the Mustangs will have to punt the ball away.
Ronaldo Mendez-Perez back to punt the ball. Hurricanes sitting back in between the 35 and the 40. And it's a short punt, and that'll bounce out of bounds. And the Hurricanes will get the football with 3:32 remaining in this second quarter.
Clearly the special teams strategy for the Jefferson Mustangs is to not kick to the return man. The punter trying to get an angled off so that he doesn't get a return. And, that's a tough thing. It's you're kicking, and you're kicking at an angle. You're kicking towards the sideline, and it's hard to get a real good kick off that way.
So the Hurricanes trying to get some more points on the board before the end of the first half. Flags on the play and play action. The pass is caught. Franklin Ross, the receiver, making the catch, and we'll see what this infraction may be. The officials talking it over.
False start seems to be the preliminary call, and it is the official call. A false start against the Hurricanes. We'll move the line of scrimmage back 5 yards. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the first half. The Hurricanes still with 2 of their timeouts left. And remember that there is a 2-minute warning now in high school football. So 2 timeouts, and they'll probably still have the ball at the 2-minute warning.
So the ball back at their own 42. Pressure's coming for Youngblood, but he escapes and almost got rid. Oh, he did get rid of the football, but not sure if he was tipped or not, but pass was incomplete nonetheless.
On the other side of the field, it was really hard to see whether Xavier Youngblood was out of bounds or not, but the official indicating an incomplete pass, so that would mean that he got rid of it before he stepped out of bounds. So right back to the line of scrimmage. It was we had 1st and 15. Now we'll have 2nd down and 15 again. I'm just impressed with that sophomore Xavier Youngblood, getting a lot of pressure, rolling to his right, still directing traffic, and getting rid of the ball before he is sacked.
All right, the ball spotted at the Houston 41. It was spotted at the 42 just in the play before, FYI. Youngblood, another flag. However, he goes out of bounds. So Youngblood took it himself on a keeper. But those flags are coming out pretty often, Coach.
Illegal block is the call. That's a big 10-yard penalty, and really more than 10 because Youngblood had picked up about 10 or 12 yards. So that's a net loss of about 22 yards there on the play, from the result of the play to the result of the penalty. So move it back another 10 yards.
To their own 31. So this
25
is
yards.
3 penalties, I think, back to back.
Certainly a false start and an illegal block.
Youngblood, even dropping the ball, has plenty of time, plenty of room. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to cut it up and wisely goes down as he crossed midfield down at the 47, and he's going to make it a manageable 3rd down.
Gained back about 27 yards of the about the 31 yards that they needed, and so as you said, a very manageable 3rd down. And Youngblood, once he saw that he had some green space there, tucks and runs, and then he attacks the weak side shoulder of the tacklers, and makes that play go a little bit longer before
he made something happen on a very low snap. Usually most quarterbacks will not be able to recover from that. And there's a pass. Pass is caught one-handed. Wow, what a catch, as Youngblood was able to look for LeBron Delane. No flags on the play, and a 51-yard touchdown pass completed. Wow.
Well, you talk about communication between Youngblood and Delane. Delane was covered, and the defender had great position on him when he released the pass. But he threw it out, and he threw it out at a spot that Delane could continue to sprint to, and made the catch, made the score.
Lisandro Serrano Diaz to try for the extra point, and here we go. The pass on the bad snap was caught, but just short. And there is
Aiden Ward, Bobby. Hey, if Glenn Ravel's watching this, I think Aiden Ward is 2 for 2. His quarterback rating has got to be 100% or better. A bad snap, and Aiden Ward knows what to do with that. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Hurricanes have extended their lead now to 20-7. here at the SAISD Sports Complex. It's Superior Tax and Payroll Services, owned, founded, operated by our very own Bobby Mendez. And taxes, one of two things that we're all sure to have to deal with. And Bobby can help you through that.
Hey, and if I'm not available, Bella can help you too.
Bella's there at Superior Tax as well. So office is closed while we stream. Is that right, Bobby? Or you take your calls?
It's on break right now.
On break, okay. Bella is with Bobby Mendez at Superior Tax. And don't let the lull at the end of the year fool you. There's still things that you can do to make sure that you get the best return possible from your filing. Bobby Mendez, Isabella Tejas will make sure that happens. Give him a call.
It was 3 plays, 58-yard drive, 49-yard touchdown pass. Took a minute and 28 off the clock. That goes into the end zone. That kick from Lisandro Serrano Diaz.
So a touchback will bring the ball out to the 25. No time off the clock, so that will benefit the Hurricanes, as we do have a 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute warning timeout that will go benefit the offense there. And they still have 3 remaining. And remember, the Mustangs will also get the second half kickoff.
Mustangs offense ready to go from their own 25-yard line with 2:03 to go. The pass incomplete.
Intended receiver was Randy Badil Jr. Passed on a little bit behind him. Randy Badil Jr. playing the fullback and the tight end for the Jefferson Mustangs. An incomplete pass gets us to the 2-minute warning. You're watching high school football right here on RC Audio Sports 2, The Dose. We'll be right back.
We're back here at SAISD Sports Complex on a beautiful, breezy night here on the south side of San Antonio. The Thomas Jefferson Mustangs with the football on 2nd down and 10. Handoff, Marnez Davis. And he'll be wrapped up just shy of the 30-yard line at the 29 with a 4-yard pickup. So the Mustangs rushing to the line of scrimmage, trying to get something going before the end of the half. Urdiales makes the catch. The clock will continue to run. That catch is made by Randy Badil Jr. So that'll bring up 4th down from the 34-yard line, from the Mustang 34.
And the Hurricanes are going to call a timeout, as they would like to get the ball back with enough time to maybe put another score on the board. It's a 4th and short. We've seen the Mustangs go for it on 4th down. We've also seen them try to bring the Hurricanes over on a hard count. And it looked like the offense was going to stay out there for 4th down. A very a crucial situation here. You certainly don't want to give the ball back to the Hurricanes in a short yardage situation, in a short field situation. Heck, you don't want to give them the ball back at all. So Coach Badil doing what he can to keep the ball out of the Hurricanes offense, taking a chance here at maybe giving them the ball back on a short field. That's a tough decision, a tough call to make. The Hurricanes call their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout remaining this half. And the timeout looks like we got the Mustang right there on the sideline. He's got pom-poms. Great work by our field cameraman. That's Gavin Quintanilla. We've got Sebastian Castro and Isaiah Castro upstairs on the action cameras.
Sam Houston bringing out the blitz, and Urdiales will get stuffed.
I'm watching that. I'm watching the sideline here, and they're out to the 35-yard line. That's all they needed. If forward progress got to the 35, the official here on this side says it was a first down. He says move the chains. The referee agrees, and he points first down. So the risk pays off for the Jefferson Mustangs. Another quick snap. Oh, hold on here. Flags.
The official telling Urdiales, hey, we need to hang on. Wait till we're set.
Well, this will be interesting. I think the primary purpose, of course, they heard no flag. The ball had to be set. If the center had it in his possession, was able to flip it back, and maybe one official thought that it had not been set. The umpire waving that, or the referee waving that flag off. No penalty. So still first and 10, a minute 11 seconds. Of course, the Mustangs would love a score here, but secondary to that is they want to keep the ball out of the Hurricanes' hands here in the final 71 seconds of the first half.
Bringing up a third down here for the Mustangs. Ball spotted at the Mustang 35-yard line. Jefferson trying to climb back into this ball game here. Out of the shotgun, Urdiales rolls right. Pass bobbled, but caught and taken out of bounds. The catch was made by John Fernandez. Fernandez, who had a very big catch early on in the first drive for the Mustangs.
Had a big catch and a big defensive play to deny the Hurricanes a touchdown. Earlier in the second quarter, John Fernandez right there inside the sideline, inside the sideline, makes the catch and gets out of bounds quickly. It allows the Mustangs to continue without calling one of their 3 timeouts.
Mustangs at the line of scrimmage from their own 44. Urdiales will drop back. Has pressure coming from the outside. Steps up. Gets away from a defender. Picks up a first down and gets down to the 50-yard line. Picking up 6. And a new set of downs. So the clock will stop temporarily for the change to set. Everybody back early and fast. Urdiales rolling right. Pass caught. And incomplete. He dropped it when he did not hang on to the football, so the clock will still stop either way. Fernandez couldn't hang on to it. So the clock is stopped with 40 seconds. Jefferson looking to get something going, get a score before the end of this half, and get the ball back to start the second half and be right back in this. So second down now, 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. 2 receivers split to our near side. Urdiales on a 3-step drop. The Hurricanes bring the house, and Urdiales just had to get rid of it, put it out there, and his receiver could not catch that, and that was intended for John Fernandez.
John Fernandez, great communication there as he took off on a streak, and Urdiales saw him behind the defensive backfield, took a shot, and slightly overthrown, but that was a tough pass to make with that kind of pressure. 3rd down and 33 seconds left to go here. The Mustangs still with all 3 of their timeouts. Playing hurry-up offense, not needing to hurry with the clock. I think that Coach Badil is going to be calling a timeout here. Just getting max benefit of the 40-second clock, giving the Mustangs a little bit of a breather. Not a bad idea.
So the timeout will be taken, and
It'll be their first charge timeout of the first half.
It'll be the Mustangs' first time out. They've got 2 left. I don't know if 33 seconds left in the half, it gives them enough time to use all of their timeouts. Bobby, you're going to be at Harlandale Memorial Stadium tomorrow night. It'll be the Alamo Heights Mules. It'll be visiting the McCullum Cowboys. And I'll be right here at the SAISD Sports Complex for another Young Men's Leadership Academy game. The YMLA Lions will be hosting the Cotulla Cowboys here at the SAISD Sports Complex. Bobby will be on RC Audio Sports on YouTube, our original YouTube channel, and we'll be back here at the SAISD Sports Complex on RC Audio Sports 2. We hope you will join us. The team tonight, Isabella Diaz at the tech table. What a great job, Isabella. Glad to have you.
Badil fakes the play action and just a reverse pass or a backwards pass, and it was caught. So that clock should still be counting down, and it is.
The Hurricanes are going to call a timeout, Bobby. The Hurricanes will call a timeout here. They would like at least a punt return.
Hurricanes. It'll be their last timeout.
It'll be the last timeout, and 4th down and long. The Mustangs, I don't think they can use up all 18 seconds, so they're going to have to punt the ball away. Our players of the game last week, we had the Jefferson Mustangs against the Highlands Owls. Aaron Garcia on defense and Michael Bejar on offense, or defensive and offensive players of the game. And last Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, we had Elizabeth Martin of MacArthur was our player of the game. This past Tuesday, we had South San and MacArthur, the South San Bobcats in a volleyball match. The South San Bobcats beat the MacArthur Brahmas in 3 straight sets. And it was Jocelyn Torres who was our player of the game. Visit our social media. We got a nice little highlight grab of Jocelyn Torres and all of her kills. I think you'll enjoy that.
18 seconds remaining in this second quarter. It's 4th down. Mustangs, Mendez Perez with the punt. Will be picked up, of course, and ran back. That is LeBron Delane, and he'll be brought down, but there are several flags on this play.
We have multiple flags on the play.
Well, Bobby? Gus Cordova, the PA announcer here for the sports complex, says multiple. Is there several or is there multiple?
Definitely more than one.
More than one.
I see 2, and it's against the Hurricanes.
There's illegal block. All those flags. Bobby Mendez, of course, bringing you play-by-play here tonight. Trying to add some color to the play-by-play. Isabella Diaz producing all of this. Sebastian Castro and Isaiah Castro upstairs with the football action cameras. And Gavin Quintanilla has joined us again after a short break. And he's got the feature camera on the sideline. He's got that sideline camera. Great team. Love working on this team.
The Hurricanes with 5 seconds to go in the second quarter, right before the break. And, of course, always encourage you to keep it right here during our halftime, where both bands will be performing. We'll have their show in the entirety for you. And the Sam Houston Hurricanes are just going to let the time run out as they enjoy a 20-7 lead as they go to break. We'll take a quick one. When we come back, it'll be the sounds of halftime, and the Sam Houston Hurricane Band will be out onto the field. So you're watching SAISD High School Football on RC Audio Sports 2.
La familia no es una cosa importante, es todo. At SAISD, family is practicing and making art. It's fulfilling your duty with honor. It's playing to win and changing lives through learning. Familia is getting you ready for college or getting you ready for your career. And at SAISD, the founding school district in the Alamo City, Familia is not an important thing. It's everything. And it's available to any student, no matter where they live. So come join our familia. Now enrolling. Log on to saisd.net/enroll for more information, or call 210-554-2660.
Ready! Set! Go!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to put your left and right hand together. Start clapping right now and make some noise for the 2025-2026 Sam Houston Twisters and the Sam Houston Marching Band. Now this evening, ladies and gentlemen, our Twisters have a treat for you on this evening. They will be performing a 1982 dark-skinned Michael Jackson hit, P.Y.T. Y'all shoot it up to the Twisters! Now, like I started, but I'm going to say it again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and get ready to turn up the funk and release the hype. From the east side of the 210 where the pride is overflowing, the most imitated but never duplicated man in the city. You already know who it is. The incomparable, magnificent, fabulous, fantastic, and also soulful Sam Houston Marching Band. And like always, we plan to bring you a night of excitement that takes you down memory lane. Sometimes you want to move, sometimes you want to groove, but no matter if you in your seat or on your feet tonight, we want to offer you a portion of a tribute to all of the stars. stars, we want to show tribute to some stars that have paved the way for us to show homage. And that first group is none other than the Cool at the Game. Let's hear from some of our shining stars. him because he likes to squabble up. He might like a little mustard. But we also got to pay homage to Mr. Kendrick Lamar as we give you all of the stars. Y'all shake it up to the Sam Houston Marching Band. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, our time has come to an end. But in the words of King George, we can't stay too long. So until the next time, I have to leave you with these words to live by. Keep watching. The best is yet to come. Put some respect on our name. Stay in your lane. Try to speed it. Traffic. Mind your business, mind your edges. I don't care what you're going through in life. Please wear deodorant, drink water, and lastly, wear lotion. No one likes an ashy hater. This is the voice. I love you, and I'm out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are standing in front of the gate, please sit down. We've got a lot of people that are trying to watch and can't see the show. Please sit down. If you are standing in the front gate, please sit down. Please, if you're on the front railing, please sit down, please.
Sam Houston Hurricane Marching Band and Twisters, always a show and always entertaining. Next up, the Thomas Jefferson Marching Band and the Lassos and Lariats and their moms. It's Pink Out Night. And the Lassos and Lariats for Thomas Jefferson High School will perform with moms tonight. So that should be a lot of fun. And following the Lassos and Lariats show will be the halftime performance by the Thomas Jefferson Mustang Marching Band. I'm going to turn down my mic and turn up the PA mic. I'm going to enjoy this halftime show with you.
From the beautiful and historic campus of Thomas Jefferson High School, we proudly present the showcase of Jefferson High School spirit and pride, featuring the mighty Mustang Band and the world famous Thomas Jefferson Lassos. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Jefferson High School is proud to present for your halftime entertainment of the world famous Lasso rope and dance team. Tonight's performance will be to the song My Girl. Lasso Cheer and Lariats will be performing with their moms in honor of Pink Month. Thank you to all the women out there. Your 2025-2026 Lasso officers are Major Talia Marin, Rope Captain Adara Nalabanco, Dance Captain Jacqueline Casiano. This week's Lasso Girl of the Week is Adara Nalabanco. The Lassos are under the direction of Miss Ana Leal. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. girls section. Band member of the week is Joseph Salazar. Rookie of the week is Rob Sanchez. Color guard member of the week is Zoe Torres. And now, under the direction of drum majors Isaac Garcia and Brian Torres, the Mighty Mustang Band proudly presents the 2025 Royal Marching Show, Empire State of Mind. Featuring the music, Night Steam by Michael Daughtry, Autumn in New York, a jazz standard by Vernon Booth, and Empire State of Mind by Alicia Keys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
do we have to tell you, we love halftime performances. And I hope that's not something that we have to tell you, because we hope it shows. This is RC Audio Sports 2. We're streaming all 18 football games and halftime performances from the SAISD Sports Complex. It's the third year that we've done it. We're here at Thursday, October 23rd. That means we've got tomorrow to do, next Thursday, and then a couple of Fridays after that. So we are on the downside of the schedule. What a privilege it is to be able to stream these games from the SAISD Sports Complex, and how appreciative we are of SAISD trusting us with this task. Our mission is to shine positive light on these kids, on these coaches, on these programs, and on these communities, and we appreciate those of you who are joining us to do that. We've introduced you to members of our sponsorship team. If you're out there and would like to join our sponsorship team, we're not hard to find. We've got social media accounts on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and on YouTube. Here, you're watching us on YouTube. DM us, send us a message if that's something that you'd like to talk about. We've got, we've got packages to meet every business budget, and we still plan to have basketball. We got basketball ahead of us, and if things go just right, we might get a soccer game or two, maybe baseball and softball if we can get things to turn just right for us. But again, if you're interested in being on our sponsorship team, give us a call. The Jefferson Mustangs are coming out on the field. The Houston Hurricanes are already on their sideline, and man, they're not spending a whole lot of time on their sideline. They're coming out to the field, and they're getting ready to kick off. It'll be the Houston Hurricanes defense that'll be on the field, we think, unless there's an onside kick or some kind of shenanigans like that. We expect the Mustangs to take this kickoff and be on the field with their offense to start off with. Senior night for the Jefferson Mustangs here at the Sports Complex, and what a turnout over here on the home side. That Jefferson community, a proud Jefferson community, has turned out for senior night. Very proud of their Mustangs, very proud of their seniors. And of course, who's going to miss a halftime performance with Lassos, Lariats, and moms out there at halftime? Thomas Jefferson Marching Band, and you never want to miss the Twisters and the Houston Hurricane Marching Band performance either. So again, we got the double package here tonight. We got a great football game. We had some great halftime performances, and we are getting set to bring you the second half. The Hurricanes will kick off to the Mustangs. It's a long one to the 15-yard line. The Mustangs will bring it to the middle. We look for some blocks, and we'll bring it wide to the 25 and a couple of yards beyond that. Treston Zachary staying in his lane and will tackle the returner for the Jefferson Mustangs.
Jefferson needing to make something happen here, Coach, as they get the football and get the ball in to start this second half of play. They are trailing a couple of scores, and they need to put some drives together, to get right back into this ball game.
Trailing by 2 touchdowns. This will be a big series for them. Marnez Davis will take the ball and will take the handoff, and he makes a couple of people miss, but it's hard to make Jermaine Carson miss. And down first touch for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, so Davis, a very shifty runner, saw a hole on the right side between the guard and tackle, but the quickness of Houston Hurricanes defense.
LeBron Delane and Jermaine Carson quickly. You get a running back that starts running side to side, and that'll bring the second and third levels of the Hurricane defense up. 2nd and 9. Urdiales will take the snap, hand it off again to Marnez Davis. He's going to look for some yardage around off tackle. He makes quite a few miss that time, and he's out beyond the line to gain a first down. Move the chains for the Hurricanes. A good start here for them in the second half.
Yeah, just another good surge by the big offensive line for the Mustangs. Marnez Davis, left side, and jukes and drives his way in and able to pick up a first down for the Mustangs.
So the Mustangs will stay with the wide receiver up top, wide receiver down here. They've been running the ball about 70% of the time. Marnez Diaz up into that stiff Hurricane defensive line defense, maybe a yard on the play, no more than that.
Yeah, the Hurricane front defensive line, those big bodies, doing a great job of containing, getting the contact, and reading the back, knowing that Davis is a running back that once he gets into open field, he's tough to bring down.
Michael Bejar was our offensive player of the game last week, but it's Davis that's been getting most of the carries for the Mustangs tonight. Where the Audits will ask for the snap, and Davis will take it right up the middle. The Mustangs again with a nice offensive line surge and a 5-6 yard gain on the play to the Jefferson Mustangs 46.
About a 6-7 yard gain there for Davis. Is again just kind of finds his way in between defenders. Was able to get 6-7 yards.
6-7 yards in there, and very manageable. We'll leave the Mustangs with a very manageable 3rd down and 4. Coach Badil has shown he's shown that he's inclined to go for it on 4th down. Davis will not get to the line to gain maybe a yard on that. Will make it 4th down and 2. The Sam Houston Hurricane defensive line doing a good job of holding their ground. We got an injury on the field. Looks like a Hurricane is down. The trainers are out to tend to him. We're going to take a short break while they do that.
Ready! Set! Go!
It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
And we bring you back to the SAISD Sports Complex. You're watching this game on the RC Audio Sports 2 YouTube channel. It was Jeremiah Galvan who left the field under his own power. That's always a good sign. 4th down, and the Mustangs are going for it. A short 2 yards, maybe 1.5 we'll call it. Oh, a bad snap where the Audits is going to try to make something happen, but the Hurricanes defense will get there quickly. And number 23, LeBron Delane, who has been a thorn in the Mustangs offense all night long, is not going to let them get away with a busted play.
Coach, I'm gonna circle this drive right here because that was a pretty gutsy call. Even though it's a pretty decent field position, being down 2 scores, that snap, of course, did not help any. But delaying that play and getting the defense in past that line of scrimmage, but a turnover on downs nonetheless.
You know, it's conventional to see some of those 4th down decisions happen later in the ball game. We'll come back and revisit that. Xavier Youngblood will hand that off to Jermaine Carson, and this time it's a Mustangs defense that will pursue and get a tackle for a loss. But, you know, sometimes you're in a situation like the Mustangs are here. We're not getting first downs on 3 downs of offense. Let's adjust and let's see what we can get with 4 downs and see if we can move the chains and keep a drive going. And you've got to do that at some point in the game. That's not always a desperation. That's not always a desperation decision. That's like, you know, it's an analytics kind of measurement. We're not scoring on 3 downs. Let's see what we can do with 4. Xavier Youngblood will fake the handoff to Jermaine Carson, and he's going to be chased down this time. Not going to be able to get rid of it. That's a sophomore linebacker, Aaron Garcia. Aaron Garcia chasing Xavier Youngblood down. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He was our defensive player of the game last week in the Mustangs game against
And you look
Tigers.
at, he's pointing to his receiver, trying to get his receiver to make a move, but his receiver did not see him make that adjustment, so therefore having to go down.
The sophomore quarterback is gonna have to learn that at some point you're gonna have to get rid of that ball and not take the tackle for a loss. A 3rd and about 16. Oh, the Mustangs make an offensive lineman move. And so let's back that up another 5 yards. It was 3rd down and 16. It'll be 3rd down and 21 now.
Got to give a lot of credit for that back core for the Mustangs as they try to show blitz. They didn't get near the neutral zone. So, but there was a hurricane that did jump.
Well, there was a little conference there, and if the defense, there's a rule here where the defense cannot make the offense flinch. That's a tough call. I think the 4 officials came together and discussed it, and they came to an agreement. But that's a tough call because I don't think the Mustang defender was even in the neutral zone.
No, he didn't get that close.
And the call goes to the Houston Hurricanes. The officials certainly a lot closer than we are. Xavier Youngblood will flip it out quickly to DeAndre, and DeAndre's going to get some yardage on that play. The Hurricanes have been very successful with the quick flare pass to the perimeter and getting what they can. So instead of 3rd down and 21, the Hurricanes now facing a 4th down and 3. And that's got to be a favorable turn of events. This is a big, crucial play for the Mustangs, who are trailing by a couple of touchdowns. They can repay the favor and get the ball back on downs without a punt that flips the field. Another sack for the Jefferson Mustangs. I'm trying to get a number there. Looks like number 88 for the Mustangs, who Adam Wynn, the defensive end, who came in. They've got Xavier Youngblood. They flushed him out of the pocket, rolling to his left. He's a right-hander, so a right-handed quarterback's really at a disadvantage when he rolls left. But the Mustangs dodge a bullet, and you talk about bookmarking that previous series. That's just about where the Mustangs gave the ball up on the previous set of downs. So the offense right back on the field where they left off, still trailing by 2 touchdowns. And Urdiales looking for the snap. Marnez Davis, back shoulder throw here. And the Mustangs really quite lucky that the defender for the Hurricanes wasn't peeking back. Zytrell Furlow had great position on that back shoulder throw. The Furlow had turned around, maybe that could have very easily been a pick 6.
Yeah, there was also really good pressure coming in, forcing Urdiales to make that throw.
Urdiales having to throw off that back foot. That's always a dangerous throw for a quarterback. So 2nd and 10. Davis will take the snap off tackle, and he'll get some yardage off the Mustang offensive line surge. Again, we've seen Coach Badil. It seems like he's made the decision that his offense is going to get 4 downs to move the chains, and I wouldn't expect any differently on this series. So the Mustangs don't have to get it all on one play. Urdiales back in, it's Davis in the backfield with him. He's going to flip it over. The Hurricanes showing some edge defense. Davis makes a couple of people miss out to the 45, and that'll bring a 4th down and 4.
Davis again with the call. Heavy run since the start of the second half. The Mustangs have only passed the ball once in these past 2 series.
Well, that looks like that's the punt team going out. Doesn't necessarily mean that the punt is going to take place. We've seen the Mustangs fake a punt before, but it'll be the punt team that'll be on the field with 4th down and 4 at the Hurricane 45-yard line. So the Mustangs opting for field position on this series of downs. They're going to draw a series of downs, holding and drive the Hurricanes back to their own 27-yard line. Again, a lot of factors go into these decisions. It's it's so easy to second guess a decision, but there are a lot of factors that go into this. The way that Mustang's defense went out, maybe Badil's thinking that let's play field position. We're 3 and out. We're moving up. We're playing the field position game, and every time we get the ball, we're moving up just a little bit, and showing a little bit of patience here.
Yeah, you
trusting
look
the
at
defense. Sorry, Bobby. Go ahead.
No, exactly what I was going to say, Coach. Just Badil trusting that his defense can make a stop.
And this time, the line judge says false start, and the umpire comes back with a late flag. And sometimes when you go underhand like that, that is quite often an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, looking at the way when the flag was thrown, again, it was a linebacking core that just kind of just running up to what looks like to be near the line of scrimmage and then kind of just disguising maybe a blitz or trying to show a blitz.
So a dead ball foul. No. Personal foul. Offsetting penalties. We'll replay the down is what the officials will tell us. No consequence. We've got personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct going in both directions. The false start will not be enforced, and so we'll replay first down. 1st and 10 again for the Sam Houston Hurricanes from their own 25-yard line. Xavier Youngblood, sophomore quarterback, will hand the ball off, and the Mustangs again looks like a tackle for a loss. First contact, and then 2, 3, 4, a herd of Mustangs coming in to finish that one off.
I really like this Mustang defense physicality here. They are playing tough, and they are certainly getting some momentum defensively. This is something that we didn't see from the Mustangs in the first half, and they are playing some pretty motivated and inspired second half defense.
So the fake jet sweep, Xavier Youngblood makes the first man miss. He'll be dangerous out here by the numbers, out to the 50-yard line before the Mustangs defense can catch up to him. But that's a first down and more as the Hurricanes now in Mustang territory across the 50-yard line.
Tristan Zachary had a big key block as a wide receiver downfield, kind of freeing up Xavier Youngblood to pick up some additional yards after that big carry.
So the Hurricanes now in Mustangs territory at the 48-yard line, a fresh set of downs. Xavier Youngblood in the backfield in shotgun as he's been just about all season long. He's going to hand the ball off to the first man through. That's Jermaine Carson, and the umpire will throw a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Carson just out from the backfield and found a small gap. Didn't look like he was going to pick up much. However, there is a flag on the play, and that's going to come right back.
Holding will be the call against the Houston Hurricanes. A 10-yard penalty will move it back 10 yards. And, how about the way Coach Williams and his staff finds the strength of his kids and finds their strengths and finds their place and fits them in the scheme. Jermaine Carson, an excellent defensive ball player, but again, getting some running back opportunities here as well. Fake handoff, this time Ivian Franklin Ross is the intended receiver. A little bit of an RPO run pass option that the Houston Hurricanes will run, but Youngblood just beyond the reach of Ivian Franklin Ross.
I like that call there. I like that it sucked in the defense, and the defense looking like they're trying to get aggressive up the middle, and the Houston Hurricanes trying to design something outside. And I think if they're able to get that completed, that could have been for some pretty big yards for the Hurricanes.
And that's an excellent point, and that's exactly what a play action that's exactly what a play action will do for you. Is it's going to freeze the linebackers as it looks like run to start off with, and give the perimeter players maybe an additional head start if they can get the ball. Straight drop back for Youngblood. He's going downfield. Zachary's the intended receiver here by the near sideline, and the ball is uncatchable. We've got a flag here after the play. The umpires called it, and communicating with the referee, who will tell the rest of us what the call is.
May have been like a late hit.
Personal foul, dead ball foul against the Hurricanes, and a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct as well. As the referee indicates, that's going to take the line of scrimmage way back to the 28-yard line. About 35, third and long. Gus Cordova, the PA announcer, tells us that's about 35 yards to go. Not beyond the realm of possibilities for the Hurricanes. Quick out to the perimeter. It looks like LeBron Delane gets the ball back. He makes 1, 2, 3. Mustangs miss, but here comes a pursuit and a short gain for the Hurricanes. That'll be 4th and very, very long.
Not very many plays you can call that are going to get you that first down in this kind of situation. So I think what was most important is that the Hurricanes did not turn the ball over in any of this area here for them. So being able to punt the ball away is certainly a good opportunity for them to see how they can flip that field.
Mustangs lining up as if they're going to come after the punt. The Hurricanes have had trouble with the snap. That one's a little bit high, and that's going to get blocked, and the Mustangs are going to pick that one up and score that.
Wow. You called it, Coach. The Mustangs lined up to put on the pressure on the punt, and this was their opportunity to make something happen. They blocked a punt, scooped it up, and got it into the end zone. And things are about to change here.
Still looking for a number, Bobby. I think that's number 12. And if it's number 12, John Fernandez. If it's number 22, it's Aaron Garcia. I'm having to. It was hard to read those red numbers on the blue jersey, but. Either way, Aaron Garcia or John Fernandez, the Mustangs will pick up the block punt and get it into the end zone. So the offense struggling. 22 it was. Aaron Garcia, our defensive player of the game last week. We've shouted him out a couple of times, just a sophomore. So 20-13 is the score. The Mustangs are out to kick the extra point. An extra point will get them within 6. Ronaldo Perez Mendez waiting for the ball to be snapped and to be put on the tee. It's up and long enough. If it got between the uprights, the officials say it did not. So that's a big point. 20-13, 7-point deficit still for the Mustangs. And it looked like we're going to call Sebastian Salazar for the Mustangs, who blocked the kick. And then Aaron Garcia picks up the loose ball and scoops it and scores it for the special teams. 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Mustangs have closed the gap. Gives us an opportunity to visit again about 7 Cents Media. That is Sebastian Castro, Isaiah Castro, Arissa Castro, and Caleb Castro as well. You've seen their work here on our streams. They handle the technical aspects of it and cameras. If you need a music video, a podcast, a documentary, a big event, videographed and professionally produced, 7 Cents Media is the call that you should make.
Yeah, Coach, it was, I went back to look. Sebastian Salazar just had almost a clear path to the punter, and got him right in the belly, landed in the hands of Aaron Garcia, and Garcia just saw nothing but daylight in the end zone.
Nobody between him and the end zone. A 15-yard penalty, however, is assessed. I think Aaron got a little excited on the score and spiked the football as he crossed the goal line. He plays defense, man. He plays defense.
You don't know the protocol.
And
you're supposed to hand the ball to the ref.
But charged with a 15-yard penalty and a squibber. The ball is on the turf, and the Hurricanes are lucky. Reginald McCall landing on the ball after he struggled to get it in his possession. So the 15-yard penalty does not alter the Mustangs' strategy there. They're going to kick that one onside anyway. And McCall does a good job of covering that. The defense has done its job for the Mustangs the last 2 times out. But here's the thing. When the defense scores or when special team scores like that on a punt, there's really no break for the defense. They're right back out there. It's like being out there for a long, long time. And, energy level is going to be a big factor here. The Hurricanes taking possession at the Mustangs' 44-yard line. Youngblood, a swing pass to Jermaine Carson. That was a backwards pass. And the Mustangs' pursuit is there in a hurry.
Yeah, Coach, that's an excellent point, and that's what Sam Houston needs to do is take full advantage of still having a 7-point lead right now and making sure that they continue to put pressure.
Bobby, I know you chart drives. How many plays was that Hurricane offense before they got? How many plays was that drive that was stalled?
Well, that drive, I did not chart.
Oh, my gosh.
I got all the other ones.
At least 4 plays because they got to 4th down. But, again, the defense out quickly. 2nd down and long. Youngblood looking down the middle. He's got a receiver short of the line to gain. It's Myvian Franklin Ross. Youngblood and Ross have quite a connection going. And when the Hurricanes need some yardage, you can pretty much count on a Youngblood to Franklin Ross connection, and there you go. 3rd and 1 now. The Mustangs, remember, the last time they were in a short yardage situation, 2 tackles for loss, so we'll see if they've still got that energy level here. The Hurricanes looking to reach the line to gain, which is a yard away. Youngblood will take the snap, a straight drawback, a wheel route for Carson. He'll be hit immediately, but he's across that notorious line to gain, and the chains will move. A fresh set of downs for the Hurricanes at the Mustangs' 33-yard line. And again, body language. The Mustangs defense has been doing a very good job, but you look out there and you see some of that body language and you see some of the fatigue that's got to be.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Youngblood, who even on that play before was able to hang in there, even though pressure was coming in from the sides and getting 2 back-to-back completions.
The Mustangs had been coming with the 3-man rush. They've increased that rush, sending a linebacker here and there, a fake a play action. Youngblood this time will throw it away. He's outside the tackle box. All he's got to do is throw that beyond the line of scrimmage, and he does that. Denies the sack, and right back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
There is a flag on the play, but I like how the Mustangs defensively continuing to put their foot on the gas pedal as far as the pressure is concerned and really making Xavier Youngblood work for it.
So it looks like a holding call against the Hurricanes. So making this task a little bit more difficult for themselves. 2nd down and 20 now for the Hurricanes. Again, as explosive as this team is, not beyond the realm of possibilities. They can certainly convert this, but 2nd down and 20 has got to be a little bit more difficult than 2nd down and 10. The officials are going to look at this, are going to talk this one over. And, what they're going to talk over is the end of the quarter. We're at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Sam Houston Hurricanes, who are undefeated in district play, getting challenged by the Jefferson Mustangs here going into the 4th, leading 20-13. While we are between quarters, I get a chance to tell you about Mac Hake Southway Ford, located in the heart of Southside San Antonio on IH-35 between Zarzamora and IH-16. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez can navigate your journey through the purchase of a new or pre-owned vehicle. If you're thinking about buying a pre-owned vehicle or a new vehicle, don't do it. Don't do it until you talk to David Benavides or Anthony Martinez at Mac Hague Southway Ford, I beg your pardon. They'll make sure that you get the best price on a new or pre-owned vehicle, and furthermore, make sure that you get the best trade-in value on your existing vehicle. It can be a difficult process. You need to have people that you can trust on your side. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, check off those boxes. So we head to the fourth quarter now. Bobby, the Houston Hurricanes now headed south and leading by 7. We've got 12 minutes to go. The possessions have been pretty long here for both squads. I think we had, in the first quarter, I think we had 3 possessions before we got into the second quarter. So both teams keeping the clock running. A lot of running game playing a big part of both offenses. This time, Youngblood surrounded by a couple of running backs, and he's going to fake the handoff and go up the middle. And that's a tough play for a 3-man front. You really have to count on your linebackers to step up and read that.
Hurricanes really relying on the athleticism of their young quarterback, Xavier Youngblood, as they're just trying to get some of those yards back.
In a read option, it's the athleticism, Bobby, and it's also the decision-making, because coach, the read option offense is going to call a play. You can do this or that. And Youngblood, you've got to read it and make the right decision, and he's certainly been doing that as well. So a dual threat in athleticism and football IQ. A long pass. DeAndre Thomas almost comes down with a one-handed grab. He's up there. We've seen that before. And
yeah, and again, the Mustangs just bringing everybody in. They're sending in their linebackers, and pressure is coming. Youngblood does a good job of not panicking, just throwing it to his receiver just a little bit too high, and almost a spectacular catch.
When you send that many people into the pass, you leave a lot of man coverage over here on the perimeter. That's just what happened. 3rd down and long. Youngblood again. He's got a lot of pressure. He's going to make a miss. Turning the corner, he sees some green grass. Oh my goodness! A late hit for the Mustangs as Youngblood had stepped out of bounds, and the Mustang defender unable to stop his momentum. So
the both weak side and middle linebacker coming through immediately, forcing Xavier Youngblood to roll to his right side. But as he was threading that needle there on the sideline, he got knocked out of bounds. And I think that's what the call is, and it looks like it is a personal foul. So that's going to make it an automatic first down for the Sam Houston Hurricanes.
A tough play and a tough call to make. The Jefferson Mustang coaching staff appealing the call, and certainly they don't agree with it. All I can say is it's a very, very hard call to make.
Yes, it's a call. It's hard for us to see on this angle here whether or not he was already out of bounds when he got hit, or if he was still inbounds, just right on the edge.
The rule is a rule. I am gonna speak for the Jefferson defender. I don't think it was a malicious hit, but Youngblood, again, the officials had determined that he was out of bounds. He got hit out of bounds. The rule is a rule. 15-yard penalty. Youngblood looking over to clarify a call. He says he's not liking Youngblood not liking the call with the formation, but the Hurricanes brain trust asked him to stay with it, and a nice play there. DeAndre Thomas gets it. The brain trust overruling Xavier Youngblood and correct and staying with the call. There was something about the alignment that Xavier Youngblood did not like, and I think he was looking over for a change of call. But they went with it anyway. Nice game. This time it's a pitch. Jermaine Carson makes the first guy miss, stays in bounds, dives for the end zone, and out of bounds. The official says, he must maybe his knee touched before he crossed. He landed in the end zone, but again, the near sideline were blocked by a lot of people there on the sideline. We don't get a real clear look at it, but not a score. Very close to a score. The chains get the chains go down. So first and goal for the Hurricanes at the Mustang 2-yard line.
You got to give a lot of credit to this Houston Hurricane football team. Lots of things happening, and they're just able to overcome it, especially after that punt that was blocked and brought back. This drive was very important for them to keep that lead, but now they're just knocking on the door just inside on the 2-yard line.
And we've got a timeout. We've got a timeout here at the SAISD Sports Complex. The Hurricanes have called it. They had sent in number 73, Jeremiah Stevenson. Looked like they sent him in at the tight end position to add some beef on the right side of the offensive line, but the Hurricanes not pleased with the call. They've called a timeout. Presidio Concrete, you'll be pleased with that call. If you've got a job that requires concrete, Presidio Concrete, that's Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez, big or small, private or public, residential or commercial, they can do it all. We've told you about them for the last 2 years. They've done the concrete work at Vets Memorial Stadium, at the Gorilla Enclosure at the San Antonio Zoo. They can do whatever you need on your residence as well. Presidio Concrete, so appreciative of them. So Stevenson is going to stay in the ball game as the tight end over here on the right side. A lot of beef over here on the right side, which might indicate that the Hurricanes wanting to run this way. Youngblood setting up his. They're going to come back this way. Around that, Myvian Franklin Ross is the ball carrier, and the big bodies on the right side of the offensive line for the Hurricanes seal the pursuit, and Myvian Franklin Ross benefits from those nice blocks. He's in the end zone, touchdown.
Boy, just
Hurricanes.
at the very last second or moment or time, he just barely got in. He almost ran out of space as he was extending it because there was nothing there that the Mustangs were going to allow him to have. And he got the pylon into the end zone. And a little bit more comfort for the Houston Hurricanes as 6 more points go on the board.
Sandro Serrano Diaz in to kick the extra point. Officials tell us that it's good. So 27-13 the score. The Hurricanes have extended their lead to 14 points. We've got 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in this half. The Hurricanes trying to protect their unblemished district record. They're at 4-0. A win today. A win today would secure for them at least a share of the district title. Yvette Diaz of Soul Rose Medicare and Legacy. If you are eligible for Medicare insurance or will become in 2026, late October, November, December is the enrollment period. And she can help you through that process. Even if you have Medicare insurance currently, with Medicare insurance, every year you have the policy owner has an opportunity to renew or to change their policy. And even if you love your policy, even if it's been great in 2025, policies can change. Your needs can change as well. Yvette Diaz can help you through this complicated process. She studies these things all day long. Give her a call, let her know what your own medical needs are. And she'll do some research for you, come back with option A, option B, option C, and help you get the right policy for you.
This is just going to make it a lot more difficult, Coach, for the Mustangs. And in the fourth quarter, still not out of the question. However, these possessions for a team that likes to keep it on the ground is going to make it difficult for them unless they could get some really big plays really fast and get into the end zone.
Serrano Diaz will kick the ball deep, and it will go out of bounds. So the Mustangs will get the benefit of some additional yardage. Instead of getting it at the 25, I believe the ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line.
I think there may have been a flag right here.
There was some contact.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure if he threw the flag because it went out of bounds or if there was a unnecessary contact. But we'll see the officials obviously tonight. That's illegal procedure, kicking out of bounds is the call. So both flags were for the kick out of bounds. And the umpire will spot the ball at the 30, an additional 5 yards from your 25-yard line touchback. But you know what you got to consider here is the Jefferson Mustangs offense have not scored a touchdown since their very first possession. And so that is one of the reasons that Coach Badil is looking for creative ways to get this done. Lassos will start this drive, and they'll try out here to John Fernandez and on the perimeter, and he'll get some nice yardage.
So the Mustangs forced, to get into the air. It is the fourth quarter, and as I just said a couple moments ago, it's going to be important for them to get down the field, try to get into the end zone quickly, and try to get the ball right back. And if you're running the football, then you're just constantly getting the clock running, and if you don't make it, then you turn the ball over on downs, and touchdowns needed here.
Second down and 6. Marnez Davis will get the handoff and get about a yard on the gain off tackle. The Hurricane defense doing a great job. And, going back to that previous possession, we had talked about the Mustangs defense being on the field a long time. They had to go right back on the field after a blocked punt. You love to have a defensive touchdown. You love to have a special teams touchdown. You love to have a kickoff return for a touchdown. But the downside of that is defense goes right back on the field. And if they've been on the field for a while, that can certainly play a factor on how well they can play. 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs. 9 minutes to play. And Lassos will take the snap. He's going to roll to his left and avoid some pressure. He's got John Fernandez out here. And incomplete. He bobbled it. Did not have a clear possession before he went out of bounds.
I don't know that. I feel like he did a good job hanging on to the football and planting his feet. I think he concentrated more on trying to get credit for putting his feet down than to hanging on to the football. But nonetheless, the clock stopped, but it is 4th down, and the Mustangs are going to have to punt this one.
Yeah, you've got to have clear possession. The ball cannot move as you move out of bounds. You've got to have clear possession before you step out, and if you step out, the ball's got to be secure in your possession. A great punt for the Mustangs, but the Hurricanes are going to return it right back up. You're making the first couple of people miss, and will offset some of that great punt back out to the 42-yard line for the Hurricanes.
This is where the Sam Houston Hurricanes are going to have to play a little bit of ball control here. Manage that clock, and this is an opportunity for them to kind of put this game away. I know it says 8:42 on the clock, but if you can have the Hurricanes extend and maybe a 3-4 minute drive and still keep the Mustangs needing a few possessions.
The play clock allows you 40 seconds. I like to do this clock math here. But we'll do it right after this play. Out to Zachary in space, and Zachary makes a couple of people miss before a 5-yard gain tackled by the pursuing Mustang defense. But you do some of this time math here. You keep the clock running. The play clock allows you 40 seconds per play. 3 downs is 3 times 40, 120 seconds. That's 2 minutes. So every first down you make, considering that you keep the clock running, it's worth 2 minutes. So here we're at the 8-minute mark. If the Hurricanes can get a first down here, they won't give the ball back up until the 6-minute mark. Keeping it on the ground, the Hurricanes are. Myvie on Franklin Ross gives a little bit of ground before he starts going north and south, and he's out across the 50-yard line, and that will be enough for a first down. So again, he goes out of bounds, so the clock will stop here. That's one of the little things that you're wanting to take care of when you're managing the clock. So Franklin Ross goes out of bounds and stops the clock.
And the clock would have stopped for just a moment anyway after the first down, but I want to give a lot of credit to Jermaine Carson who was blocking for Xavier Youngblood, getting him able to make that first down and some.
Now whistles before the snap, and that's going to be a false start against the Hurricanes. 5-yard penalty, so instead of a 1st and 10, it's going to be a 1st and 15. The Hurricanes having some trouble here tonight, staying put, not moving before the snap.
Coach Williams did talk a little bit about that. Talked about playing some disciplined football. Some of the things last week that he did not like from the Hurricanes.
Youngblood will give the ball to Jermaine Carson. Jermaine Carson's got a Mustang on his heels immediately, and that'll be a tackle for a loss, which you've got to cheer if you're a Mustang, but the clock will continue to run now.
Yeah.
So 7 minutes and 26 seconds left to play. Again, 40 seconds of play. You're looking at the Mustangs not getting a touch again until about the 5-minute mark.
This tackle being made from the opposite side. So I know, Coach, you've talked about how impressed you are with the defense, the ends, and how well they contain, but this tackle made by the opposite side, so lots of speed on the Mustang defense side.
Backside defense, Aaron Garcia, again, he's going to hold, look at that, RPO, the incomplete pass will stop the clock, but Aaron Garcia, again, just a sophomore, but again, talk about being impressed with things. Aaron Garcia is a sophomore, and he plays a really good game. He's got a bright future ahead of him. In no man's land, really, in that situation. In an RPO, he rushes the quarterback, and Jermaine Carson will release into a route. And had Youngblood and Carson been able to connect on that, I think that would have been a long, long play. But unable to do so. A moot point. 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. The Hurricanes with a third and a bunch to go here. Youngblood will leave the pocket and stiff arm the first man up. He's going to throw an interception. I don't know if there's anybody between the interceptor and the end zone, so a defensive score. That was number 33, Damian Ramirez.
Wow, the ball landing in Damian Ramirez's hand, and he knew exactly what to do with it once he had control of it. But all of that came from the pressure that Mustang defense was forcing Xavier out of this pocket, out of his comfort zone, got rid of the football, and Jefferson's defense just made a spectacular play to get in the end zone.
Damian Ramirez with a pick six, Bobby, and he didn't spike the football. So
lessons learned.
Lessons learned. A defender, he knew what to do with that once he got into the end zone. So the Mustangs again will try to close this to within 7. This is a big extra point here, trailing by 8. The ball's on the tee and it is up. Looks good from here. Looks good from there. Extra point is good. 6 minutes and 37 seconds left to play, and that's a way to use the clock in your favor to get a defensive score. So 20 points for the Jefferson Mustangs, an offensive score, a defensive score, a special team score.
Check mark on everyone.
Check mark on all of those. Speaking of check marks, Superior Tax, founded, owned, and operated by Bobby Mendez, and Isabella Thea is partnering with him over there. Just because it's October, don't sleep on your taxes. There are some things that you can be doing late in the year to help you out. Once you've got to get that return filled out, give Bobby a call and just get some tips for what can I do in October and November and December to help me out for my returns.
Just like the Jefferson Mustangs, there's still a chance.
Still a chance. Still a chance.
6.5 minutes, Coach. Looking up at this could have been an opportunity here for the Hurricanes to kind of try and put this one away when they had the football with 8 minutes to go. But you got to give a lot of credit to that defense.
Big time credit.
Been relentless.
Jermaine Carson's going to go back. They were expecting maybe a pooch or an onside kick, and right up the hash marks for Jermaine. Still not down. Boy, that takes a lot of courage on a running back for a run back on a on a kickoff. He had to go back to get it, and he gets himself straight up the field. No zig, no zag. I'm going vertical.
Lots of frustration as this game intensifies. So notice a couple of late hits here, so I'm not sure if these will be offsetting. But usually it's the last one that gets caught.
We'll let the officials sort it out. The referee doing a good job of asking all the officials to make sure they check in with what they saw. This will be a big call, whichever way it goes. Clear to me that it's going to be a dead ball foul. We'll see if it's offsetting or it's going to go one side. But Siaga, the referee, is going to tell us a dead ball foul, he says, personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Both ways are going to offset, so the run back, the result of the run back will remain.
But Coach, just to your point just a few moments ago, defense back out onto the field. So as much as they've relied on their defense, they've got to be exhausted.
And Maivia and Franklin Ross is going to pierce that exhausted defense right up the middle and then look for a sideline. We've got a flag over there at about the 40-yard line. And I think Franklin Ross saw that flag get thrown and probably saw the foul occur in front of him. And so that big play is going to come back. The penalty will be enforced at the point of the infraction, and I think that's still going to be enough for a fresh set of downs for the Sam Houston Hurricanes, as the flag was thrown at about the 40. Illegal block. Wait a minute. Yeah, against the Hurricanes. A 10-yard penalty. The penalty obviously occurred at the 41. 10-yard penalty brings it back to the 49. Still good enough for a first down. Boy, the wind has really picked up, and it's in the face of the Hurricanes offense, so that's going to adjust your play calling just a bit. Youngblood will ask for the snap and hand that off to Franklin Ross, who's just intent on getting some positive yardage, contact at the line of scrimmage, but not brought down until he's got about a 4-yard gain on the play.
So there is a Mustang down, Coach.
Got a Mustang on the field, and the trainer's quickly out to tend to him. We're going to take a break while they do so.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
So the trainers have done their job. They've tended to, it was number 55, Jonathan Duarte, and he's off the field on his own power, always a good sign. Trainers will tend to him on the sideline before they make sure that he is clear to continue participation. 2nd down and 6 for the Hurricanes. 5 minutes and 47 seconds. The clock is running. The handoff to Franklin Ross, and again, Franklin Ross is doing all he can to. He's not going to be brought down easily. So
they're just trying to keep the ball on the ground, trying to keep that clock running, and they're keeping it simple. Just get up the middle. The good thing here for the Sam Houston Hurricanes is that they were able to get a really good surge coming out of that play and picking up about 5, maybe 6 yards. And now it's a 3rd and short scenario here for the Hurricanes.
3rd and short, and more importantly, if you're looking for a Jefferson rally here, the clock continues to roll. We're going to hit the 5-minute mark before Youngblood gets his hands on the football. We're all set. Twins on top, Twins on bottom. Hard count. Mustangs come over. The play continues. Free play. The pass is incomplete, but it won't matter. A 5-yard penalty. It looks like the Mustangs were brought over on the hard count. Offsides against the Mustangs.
Yeah, this play right there just helps, obviously, the Sam Houston Hurricanes is a new set of downs, and doing your math, Coach, the possibilities of taking this down to the 2-minute and 40-second mark with these next four downs.
And keeping it on the ground, Jermaine Carson makes a couple of misses. He's got a fresh set of downs. He's beyond the line to gain, and he's not going out of bounds. He's going to get all that he can. Jermaine Carson, we are usually calling his name defensively, but he has certainly carried his load and done his duty on the offensive side of the ball as well. A couple of real nice plays for Jermaine tonight. A fresh set of downs, and 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. The Hurricanes with an unblemished 4-0 lead. A win tonight will assure them of, at the very least, a share of the district title. A touchdown would certainly help that cause. Xavier Youngblood's going to pull the handoff to try to get some yardage up the middle. The Mustangs are there for him.
Yeah, Coach, as you mentioned, the Hurricanes leading the district. Right behind him is Lanier, then Jefferson, then Brackenridge.
Lanier has their one loss. I think they're at 3-1, if I'm not mistaken. They have one loss, and that loss is to the Hurricanes. So that's that'll be big. Of course, if the Hurricanes are undefeated, that's a district championship right there. But even if they were to take a loss, and it was them and Lanier with the only teams with a loss, with a single loss, it would be the Hurricanes in the top spot. Jermaine Carson right up the middle, and again, the Mustangs defense has been on the field a long, long time.
Yeah, you can certainly kind of see some of the signs of some fatigue, but yes, you're right, Coach. This defense has been on the field. We have not seen the Mustang offense in quite some time.
It was the special teams blocked punt for a touchdown, and then a pick six. So the scoring here for the Mustangs in the second half has been special teams and defense. It's been a while since we've seen that Mustang offense. So 3rd down and 5. The ball inside the 10-yard line. Two backs in the backfield with Youngblood. Carson is going to use that weight room to get him inside the 3-yard line.
And that is going to be enough for a first down. So new set of downs for the Hurricanes. And it'll be, oh, no, it's going to be 4th down. It looks like I was judging where the official was standing, and he was standing right in front, but now where they spotted the football. So this is a huge play here. Boy, ain't nothing like having this kind of a drive, being on defense. You've been on the field for what feels like about literally 15 minutes or so. And then now it's down to this, right? You're within one score. You're going to let that 2-minute warning.
Coach Williams playing the time management game. He's going to let the clock wind down to the 2-minute mark, take the 2-minute warning timeout. You're watching high school football here from the SAISD Sports Complex on RC Audio Sports 2. Thank you for joining us. Come back for the last 2 minutes.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information.
And we bring you back to live football. 4th down and 1. The Hurricanes can get a first down without scoring. Youngblood looking for a receiver in the back corner. There was some movement. I don't see a flag that was thrown. And the Jefferson Mustangs telling the defense, come on, let's get off the field. Let's go. No flags. Fourth down. We're going to turn over on down. So Coach Badil, well, let's see here. Incomplete pass. No flags. The referee says ball goes over. So Coach Badil talks about a bend, but don't break a defense, and that's about as much as you can bend inside the 5-yard line and force the Hurricanes to a fourth down and then deny them the touchdown. Oh, a flag is thrown over there as the Mustangs are walking to their sideline. And so that flag clearly will be enforced against the Houston Hurricanes, and that's going to help the Mustangs a little bit, where they were going to have to call offense with their backs against the wall. Looks like they're going to get a 15-yard benefit. The Hurricanes donating 15 yards to the Mustangs offense, and
this is what it's all about. This is why you play the game, right? For opportunities like this. Mustangs been struggling the entire game. I don't think. I mean, at one point we were tied at 7, and then that was it. 14-7 the next score, 27 the next score, and then in the second half, defense for the Mustangs really played a pivotal part in them getting this opportunity to have a chance to win this game with under 2 minutes to go, trailing a touchdown and an extra point.
If nothing else, Bobby, the Jefferson Mustangs offense is fresh, so we'll see what they can do with the fresh set of legs here in a rare appearance in the fourth quarter. Marnez Davis will get the first call, and he'll be brought down hard at the line of scrimmage. That's number 2 for Sam Houston, Darren Gardner. Playing some defense. Now hurry up offense for the Mustangs. Not a whole lot of time to waste. They've got all 3 of their timeouts beyond the 2-minute mark. Minute and a half, bootleg for Urdiales. He's looking for his fullback, Badil, and he's got him for some yardage, but not a whole bunch. They're going to have to get bigger chunks of yardage than that, and maybe even get out of bounds. The clock winding down, 1 minute, 16 seconds. All 3 timeouts. The Mustangs looking to save those for a later opportunity. Marnez, flags here.
Yeah, I don't think the Mustangs were set. They're too worried about getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's a hurry-up offense, and you've got to get set in a hurry, and that's the added complication there for a team that usually doesn't play up-tempo. So you're exactly right. The Mustangs will take a timeout now, a well-advised timeout for them. They'll have 2 remaining when they come back. We'll replay second down. We're going to keep it right here. Bobby, tomorrow you're going to be on RC Audio Sports, our original channel. You'll be over at Harlando Memorial Stadium. That'll be McCullum and Alamo Heights. And I'll be back here at the SAISD Sports Complex. I'll back here on RC Audio Sports 2 for the YMLA Catula game. So we invite you to join us at our 2 streams tomorrow. One or the other or both. Give us a multi-view.
iPad, TV, phone. Certainly options.
You can open up a couple of windows. I figured out how to do that. Open up a couple of windows on your browser, and in one of the browsers have one game, and the other browser have the other. You can do it.
It's always baffles me how fast these seasons go. It feels like just
a blink.
Just a moment ago, we were setting up and getting ready to go, and here we are trying to figure out who's going to be the district champion.
So second down and 11 after a timeout. The Mustangs, Urdiales is going to bring Fernandez across in motion. Let him get over to the other side. Bootleg and a swing back to a wheel route. Nice, well-designed to play. That's number 24, Michael Behad. We haven't called his name much today, but a handoff and a bootleg and a wheel route from Behad. Nice pass from Urdiales. And he had one man to beat. If that was a great tackle for the Houston Hurricanes. If that tackle had not been solid, I think Behad might have.
Oh yeah, it was a
long way.
great tackle. And you know, coming into this ball game, you look at both of these schools and their records. You see Sam Houston 4-0 in non-district, and you're looking at the Jefferson Mustangs at 2-1. They're coming off 2 straight victories. I just knew that it was going to be a great game. I didn't know it was going to be this close. But certainly the Mustangs, and credit to their defense, because they are not in this position right now if it's not for their defense.
2 teams on an uptick right here. Coach Williams, certainly you got the Hurricanes going in the right direction. Coach Badil, one of 5 new head coaches in SAISD, taking the helm at the Mustangs, certainly having some success in his first year. Urdiales quickly out to Fernandez, and Fernandez is on the sideline. He's going to have to step out to conserve some time.
Well, they're doing the right things right now. They're moving the ball in the right direction. They're stopping the clock, whether it's via timeout or getting out of bounds. They're making it manageable for them to get in a position.
Still only 1 timeout left, and that's big because you probably want to save that last timeout for your final play. So that means that you want to keep you want to stay by the sideline, probably the middle of the field, and running plays are probably further back in your option list. Toss, pass, Behad looking downfield, couldn't get a grip on the football, and the Mustangs will be forced to call their final timeout. So a little razzle dazzle for the Mustangs on that play.
If there's any time to do those plays, now is the time. You want to try and put something together that's going to create big plays, right? Because you can't afford to have a bunch of little plays anymore.
You don't have enough time.
You've got to cut this field in half in a couple of plays, and that was one way to do it right there. And I don't remember who that receiver up top was, but would have been a close one.
Looked like he had a step. If Behad was able to deliver, that would have taken a great effort, a great pass to get there. But it did look like the receiver had gotten a step behind the DB. Well, now with no timeouts left, even less, the Mustangs will have the option to run the ball, and even less will they have the option to use the middle of the field. So cornerbacks have got to stay with their receivers. The edge has got to be firm. Don't know if we'll see a whole lot of plays here. Oh, a trick formation now. We're gonna move. Move some beef out here to the side. So look, a quick pass out, and oh my goodness, a tackle and a flag. That looks like that may be a horse collar tackle. That was a quick pass out to number 11, Ezekiel Correa, and. Boy, how about a shout out to the Mustangs for a little creativity. You got a toss pass out there, and then you got a formation. You shift some linemen out here, so you've got some blockers in front of your perimeter.
And then you add that with a little dessert, and you get a 15-yarder on top of that. So this certainly has to make the Sam Houston Hurricane faithful a little concerned that with 36 seconds, they have a few opportunities to perhaps take this game into overtime.
From the 28-yard line, a 1st and 10, Urdiales is going to clock the ball there, and that's going to stop the ball. That's going to stop the clock. That was, wait a minute. That's the referee setting the ball up way back here. That was an incomplete pass.
Wait, but even if it was an incomplete pass, that doesn't move the ball.
That should be back at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that's going back to the line of scrimmage. That was a forward pass, an incomplete pass. So 2nd down and 10 with 35 seconds left to play. You don't have that many snaps left. So the Jefferson Mustangs had to stop the clock in some form, and they did so with the clock. Here we go, clocking the pass. So again, same formation. We're going to come back out here. Fake this way, go that way, out of bounds, uncatchable. Some contact, but that will not be called as that ball landed about 10 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, and you got to give the Mustangs a lot of credit for being creative, being able to put something together here. They just ran that formation just a moment ago, making everybody think they're going to do the same thing, hoping that on the opposite side, they'll catch the defense off guard. However, Urdiales just not able to get the ball near his receiver to give him a chance.
The shout-outs go both ways as the Hurricanes have been true to the task here and been able to defend all of that Jefferson Mustang creativity. Straight back, a drop back, a lot of rush is going across the middle, and contact the Mustangs wanting an interference, but I'm not sure if that was. I'm not sure it was interference. First of all,
I don't think so either.
I don't know that it was catchable anyway.
And this time, the defense for the Hurricanes really forcing Urdiales to make a throw a lot sooner than he wanted to. I'm sure had he had some time to set up, he probably would have gotten a better looking pass and maybe given it a chance. But the defensive pressure from the Hurricanes made that difficult.
4th and 10. A stop here would mean a win for the Hurricanes. A successful play would extend the game just a bit for the Mustangs. Urdiales is going to roll to his left. A lot of pressure. He gets chested by number 2, Darren Gardner. Urdiales does not have an opportunity to get rid of the ball, and the Hurricanes will be victorious. Boy, what an effort, what a game.
You talk about going to the last moment, and certainly the Jefferson Mustangs really proved a lot tonight. They proved that they certainly do belong in one of those top spots, because they certainly gave the Sam Houston Hurricanes all they could handle this evening. And so this Jefferson football team, you know they've got a lot of pride and no quit in them.
Absolutely, and they're in a good spot too, Bobby, as the Hurricanes will kneel the ball and the clock will run out. The handshakes here and some sportsmanship on the field, a well-fought game. But in a 7-team district, you've got to be better than 3 of the teams. You've got to win 3 games. The Mustangs are at 2, and I think they're a win away. They've got 2 games left. They're a win away from securing a playoff berth for themselves. But the Hurricanes tonight with this victory, a long way to securing a district championship tonight. At the very least, a share of that district championship. And one more win will give them an outright district championship. Congratulations to the Hurricanes. Coach Williams, the head coach over there. Congratulations to the Mustangs on a very well-played game. We're going to try to get on the field and visit with Coach Williams. We'll share that. We'll share the visit with you on our social media. We're going to announce our players of the game on social media as well. So join us on make sure that you come to our social media. We will let you know who our players of the game are on social media. So thank you for joining us tonight. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.